All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. This is your boy, Big Lloyd Dotson. I'm coming to you all the way from Pawleys Island, South Carolina on today, Sunday. I have to look over my shoulder to see if my wife is going to come out and kill me because I'm actually on vacation. I have been since Thursday and been busy all weekend working with teammates and things like that, but also working people through this opportunity, which is Cryp Trade Capital, along with my man, Rich Green, the KC across the pond. Rich, it is sunny but windy here by the seashore. What's it like for you, my man?
Do you know what, mate? It's been exactly the same over here. I would have thought for a little while I might have been in South Carolina. It's sunny and windy and beautiful. And yeah, it's been an awesome week. And what a way to finish with managing to get Cagdus on this call. For the guys who's watching this on recording and have no idea who Cagdus is, you soon will, and we're massively grateful that he can be on this call for us in the next few minutes. So what we're going to do is give you a short, sharp overview of the opportunity that is Cryp Trade and why it's something that if you're not already involved in, you not only need to be taking incredibly seriously, you need to be getting started and getting started now. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do.
Yeah, Rich, it's very simple. If we could show the people on this call or the people watching this call how they can make a simple 312% in 12 months, would you be interested? Everyone that would be interested, raise your hand.
Are you hitting the numbers already?
Already, wow. Look at that. Yeah.
They're sweet numbers, though. They really are.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if that is the case, we're going to be able to show you, and it's legitimate. It's legitimate. You know, it feels like robbing a bank almost, doesn't it, Rich?
Something like that, yeah, something like that. I've got people in the chat room putting their hands up, so that's awesome. For you guys watching this on record, you'll not be aware of the guys who we've got in the chat room, who we engage with both before and after this event, with a questions and answers session afterwards as the chat room goes on down the side. So if you get the opportunity to be on one of these gigs live, even though they're only a 30-minute short, sharp, punchy thing, the value that you get from the before and in particular the after is that you can't put money on that. So do be on the live gigs in the future. What you're going to need to do...
Yeah, Rich, let's give them the sizzle. We'll give them the steak later.
Exactly. Yeah, we all love a bit of steak. So what you're going to need to do, somebody, somehow, has put you in touch with a link that's got you here. You need to get back in touch with that person once you've finished watching this, because you're going to want to know how to get started, how to find more info, all that cool stuff. And it's that person who's done the legwork. So please make sure you get back to them and that they plug you into our team group, Boss XCF, the Crypto Fusion Formula. None of the other groups that are out there, you need to be coming to the Crypto Fusion Formula, and that's where you'll be able to plug into everything that we've got going on supporting this.
Now, the great thing about this is Rich and I, we finally figured it out. We do a ton of work helping people become internet marketers, become great network marketers, become better marketers. And we figured out that there are a lot of people that love the training that we do, but there are a lot of people, guess what, that just straight up want to find a legitimate, simple way to make money online. And we have certainly found it. And in fact, we're going to show you all about it, but we're also going to have my man Cagdus come on, who is our liaison in Cryp Trade Capital. He is my direct, all right? And he is going to share with you live his back office. But before he does that, he'll probably share a little bit of passion and fire, because there's no other reason other than the fact that he works his butt off, all right, and believes passionately in this, for him to be able to do the numbers that he's done. And you're talking a 20-something-year-old that only a couple of years ago had no network, had no connections, had no list, none of that. And he's gone on to basically leave a company that was offering him $1 million bonus to basically stay and only work for that company, to take up and work with Cryp Trade Capital. Cryp Trade Capital, and basically do what he's done in less than 5 months. Less than 5 months.
Can you imagine
Rich,
what the next 5 months is going to be like? Oh my God.
No. What the next 45 days is going to be, and he'll talk about that. So Rich, let's get right into it, my man, because Cagdus is a busy man, and we want to show them exactly what the opportunity is, and then we'll let Cagdus basically do his thing, take them into his back office. And if you aren't fired up and inspired to join our Crypto Fusion Formula group, okay, our Cryp Trade Capital team, after he shows you that, I don't know. I don't know what they are, Rich, if they're not fired up after that.
We'll soon see. So listen, here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to jump in share screen, and I am going to run through a few slides on a little presentation to give you an overview of Cryp Trade. What I'm not going to do is go in depth into Bitcoin, into cryptocurrency. I'm going to make some assumptions that you guys either already know what that world is, or that person who I told you to get back to, your sponsor, your introducer, can provide you with a little video intro to that world. Because what Cryp Trade does is it trades in that world. It's a world that exists. It's a world that's very strong. And I'm not going to spend the next 30 minutes telling you about that world. What I'm going to do is spend some time telling you about...
Bring on the sizzle. We'll get to the steak later.
Let me jump into my screen share. 1 second. There we go. There we go. There we go. Can you see my screen?
You're awesome to go, brother. Let's rock and roll.
Fabulous, fabulous. Okay, so Cryp Trade Capital, initially launched in the UK. They recently moved their headquarters to Spain at the back end of last year following Brexit. They're owned by this guy, Vitaly Ipatov, who Cagdus has a great relationship with, knows him very well. And they have independent traders who are located throughout the world. So it provides them with a 24-hour, almost 365 days per year operation, because these guys can trade the markets at any time of the day from anywhere. They have already had their first annual event, and there's a great video of that available in our Boss XCF group, which you'll get to see once you're in there. And what they do, and one of the things that excites us, is they provide real transparency. There's a lot of these types, in inverted commas, these types of businesses are out there. Businesses that claim to be making you X amount of % per day on autopilot from trading the markets. And some of those daily rates...
Wait, Rich. I was saying hi to my neighbor. Did you just comma something?
Did you just
comma? Did you comma something?
Comma something. I went inverted commas. Yeah, like
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
About the other so-called legitimate.
Yes.
Okay.
So you'll hear people, and you'll see it on your Facebook wall: 3% a day, 5% a day, 7% a day. You know, your bank pays you what, 1, 2, 3% a year, and all of a sudden, 5, 6, 7% a day sounds legitimate. Here's what is really happening. There are a number of businesses that are just not legitimate businesses, and those monies are being passed up from the people below you. Nothing real going on. There are others where real trading is going on, and they're paying you every penny that they make. The problem with that is, how can they create a stable business foundation if they're giving every penny back to you? The reason we love Cryp Trade is they're a sensible, smart business. They pay us good enough, and they keep the rest to forge a strong business foundation. And that's incredibly important, because we're looking for something legitimate and long term. You know, let the other guys go chasing after the fast bucks now that won't be here in 3 months. Meanwhile, we steady as we go, and it's not that steady, but in comparison to some of the pipe dreams that are out there, steady as we go is a much safer bet. So the platform itself is incredibly simple. You're literally going to be able to set up and be earning in no time at all. You click a few buttons. I think it's something like 4 or 5 buttons. You don't have much to do, and you're set. And from the next day onwards, you're earning money. It is so simple. Everybody working within Cryp Trade is familiar with this marketplace, and the strategies that we educate you on, as myself, Bigg, Cagdus, Dominic, we are talking about true strategies that are win-win, because we provide you with an entry and an exit strategy. There are not many marketers or leaders or gurus or whatever the hell you want to call them out there that provide you from the start with an exit, how to get your money back, how to get your money out. Other guys want you spending constantly. They want the commissions. What we want is your stability. We want your long-term growth. It's got to be a win-win long game for all of us. So in a minute, Cagdus is going to come out and he's going to talk about his results, which has in part been gained through him working this business, but it can be completely passive. So if you're literally just wanting to be a wealth builder, you're just wanting a way to see your money grow, then this can do exactly that. But it can also skyrocket if you're working it more.
Rich, it's absolutely true. We talk about it. It's kind of cliche, but this is really wealth building strategies for the average Joe or Jane.
Yeah, exactly.
See, one of the things that you guys might not know is Rich and I both have a financial background. I had a private wealth service management firm for 10 years up until last year. And this is very much like that in the fact that the only difference instead of stocks, bonds, etc., commodities, is this is cryptocurrency. And there are over 700 cryptocurrencies out there in circulation. And you're having people that do this day in and day out, do it for you on your behalf. So it is a passive opportunity. It's an evolving market that has unlimited potential and opportunity. And these guys and gals who do the trading for Cryp Trade Capital take full advantage of it. And they do it simply by trading Bitcoin pairs, which in the scenario is just like stock traders, just like bond traders, where one person is on the buy side, one is on the sell, and they're basically keeping the profit in between. And as we'll show you, what they do is they set aside such great reserves, they can pay us passively a steady investment amount on a regular basis because you contract with them for a full year to have them do that. And Rich can talk a little bit more. One of the great things that we loved about this was their entire outlook and the reporting that they did on their trading, because it was all about growth investing, but it was also about stable returns, right, Rich?
Absolutely. And essentially what they do is they provide varying risk. And when I say varying risk, what I mean is your levels of exposure. So depending on how much you want to invest determines on what sort of return you're going to get back. And when you think that's no different to most financial vehicles, you can go to your bank and want to open a savings account. If you're only opening a savings account with $50, you're getting a bog standard savings account with a pretty crappy rate. If you're opening a savings account and you've got $50,000 to invest, guess what? You're going to get a far better deal than the guy with $50. And this is no different. Money works exactly the same in pretty much every environment. So what we've got here is 3 different contract types that give you 3 different types of returns. We talk about the sweet spot, and we'll touch on that a little later. But if you're coming in at the sweet spot, a really sensible amount of money, you're going to see 0.79% returns per day, 7 days a week. That's equivalent to almost 300% returns per year in a real world situation. And I know people shout, well, how on earth can they pay that much when the bank only pays so much? The real question is, how on earth can the bank only pay so little? You know?
Well, those bank buildings cost a lot to build, Rich. All that real estate cost a lot to keep.
Those bonuses take some paying out, don't they? The billionaire banker bonuses. So,
yep,
and the TV advertising don't come cheap either.
Yeah, it all comes to reserves. It all comes to, as you said, bonuses. It comes to real estate. It comes to all of those things where they essentially will pay you, and they take the rest of your money, all right, and they do the same thing. They trade with it. Mm-hmm. They leverage it out to make more money, okay, because they know they have a stable amount of money with you, especially when you purchase CDs and things like that, that have a fixed contract life, all right? And this is no different. This is no different, except there's not a lot of real estate and bonuses and big presidents to pay big dollars to.
Exactly, absolutely. So the varying levels of risk that we spoke about, you're looking at them on screen now. So depending on how much you want to invest determines how much you're going to get out. So on the left, you've got your starter levels. So if you're wanting to invest less than $5,000, then you're going to see up to 215% per year return. You can withdraw your earnings twice a month. You earn that money daily. So your money is earned daily and paid to you twice a month for you to do what you will with. We've got one hell of a plan in relation to what you do with that money, and it's not going to be the plan that you expect. On the right, you've got the next level, your mega level, which is anything up to $10,000 is going to pay you 0.79%. And in the middle, you've got the VIP level, so up to $20,000 worth of investment is going to pay you 0.99% per day. We're going to have a great tool that's going to show you the impact of those varying packages. All you've essentially got to do is decide, how much do I want to invest? And the outcome of those types of investments, you can see on these examples in front of us. So if we look at the middle one, for example, starting with a $7,000 pot, you're starting with $7,000 and you withdraw your money every fortnight, every 2 weeks. Take your money out, put it under your bed, put it in that beautiful bank account that we spoke about. Do whatever you want with it. But if you take your money out every 2 weeks, what you're going to have to show for it at the end of 12 months is $20,184.50. And the 50 cents, I like to mention that because this is a fixed return. So they can be that specific in relation to how much you're going to get.
And we'll talk again later. If those have questions after, when we're not recording, when we have to answer to go into details about how can they pay that fixed rate, it's very simple. All right, they make returns up here. They set aside reserves. They know actuarially how much they can actually pay on a regular basis. And it's just like Rich talked about. The banks do the same thing. If you come in with more money, you're going to get a better rate. It's that simple. It's called economics.
Yeah,
okay?
Exactly.
That's all it is.
All financial businesses work off that footing, whether it be banking, whether it be investments, whether it be insurances. You know, how can your insurance company say that they'll definitely give you the money for the car? Because they have enough numbers to go on to know that they can make that work. It's that simple.
But Rich, one of the things that a lot of people sit here, all right, and they say, all right, but that's a great way, and that's passive. You do not have to do any recruiting. You don't have to do any selling whatsoever, all right? And you will earn that on your money. I can promise you, your money is going to work harder than you ever will work for money. I'm just telling you.
Absolutely.
And that's what people have learned, to leverage the power of money. And so then the question becomes, is there a way that you can make more with Cryp Trade Capital? Of course, they have an opportunity just like anyone does. A lot of banks out there, you'll notice, have referral programs where if you introduce someone to the bank, they'll give you $50 or they'll give you a $100 gift certificate. This is no different. This is no different. And this is why we love this. In the wealth management world, there's the same thing. All right. They have what they call bird dogs. These are professional people that will go out and find accounts for money managers, and the money managers will pay them, guess what? Commissions for doing that. That's just how it works. So this is no different. Don't look at this like this is totally different. This is the same exact model that's been done on Wall Street for years, been done by the banking system for years. You've got to entice people to come in to put more money in. On the backside, if those people want to make even more money than their money is making, you offer them an opportunity or a referral type of system. And so crypto trade does. Obviously, there's multi-levels of commissions. There's being paid on team turnover, which is technically called personal turnover. We'll get into that. Cagdus will talk about that in a little bit. There's a large amount of recognition bonuses and recognition rewards. And because of this, we share with our Boss XEF, our cryptocurrency fusion formula group, we share exact strategies that are going to help you reach those goals based on exact numbers. Not pie in the sky numbers. We show you real life numbers. And so Rich is going to go into some of those examples here in the career plan to show you why we're so excited, because this is still an opportunity. You can remain passive, believe me, all right? But, all right, if you're the average Joe or Jane, you probably have the ability to bring in, you know, a few people and introduce them. The difference here is people's money is going to be making money on their money. They don't have to have a monthly plan where they keep buying the powders and the shakes and the weight loss belts and all that stuff. This is as simple as it can get, and it's easy to explain also. Go ahead, Rich.
Exactly. And it comes back to the term personal turnover, because if you are going to refer recruit, build a team, grow a business in that manner rather than being passive, the next slide and what Cagdus has got to say is for you. It's called personal turnover because effectively the sales side of your business is you selling the opportunity to people, and what they spend on their investments is your business turnover. So that's your business is growing as a result of that. So there's your personal deposits, how much you spend, and there's your personal turnover, how much you've sold. And so as you rank up, for want of a better word, as your business grows, you work your way through various stages of this career plan. Now, we have a strategy which we put together called 5K36, which shows you how to go from a starting point as an investor to a Ruby level member in less than 12 months. Why is it called 5K36? Well, we'll go into one side of it on training once you're involved and you're inside the Facebook group. But the other side of it is because it generates in excess of $36,000 worth of bonuses for you within 12 months. Second to that, it generates in excess of another $36,000 worth of referral commissions for you within 12 months. It's an absolute master plan for people who want to grow a business and build a team. As Bigg
It's
said,
not only a master plan, Rich, but it's friggin' genius. It's friggin' genius in how simple it is, because as we said, numbers don't lie. And you can see very quickly how easy, all right, how easy it is to follow this plan. All right, it is very simple. Now, I'm not saying it's push button easy, because again, it's still about introducing people, but we put it together because it's absolutely more than doable for the average Joe and Jane out there. It really is.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those that want to go down that direction, we'll make sure that you've got all the bits and pieces that you need to be able to do so. For those that don't and just want to be passive, fabulous, your money's going to grow. You know, as I say frequently, you can take 10 men and put them to work. 8 of them will do as little as they can get away with. Take 10K and put that to work. Every dollar will give its all. So there's nothing wrong with just being passive, because like Bigg says, your money will work harder than you ever could. But team builders, we want to bring out Cagdus and share with you a little bit about what is possible, not what's likely, not what's typical. It's a long way from typical. And if ever there was a place to be talking about income disclaimers, I think this is it, don't you, buddy?
For Cagdus? Yeah. And all of you out there, you know how excited I get, because I'm passionate about helping the average person. Again, I used to have a business where I worked with wealthy people. My job was to help them, guess what? Not lose money. All right? They didn't need to learn how to make money because they already made money. And so my passion is always, because I come from a very poor background, is to help other people have the ability to create their own financial freedom, not like the BS advertising on Wall Street talks about. I'm talking about the ability to create income for yourself, create earnings for yourself. And we do have to have a disclaimer here, because again, results are not typical, all right? Earnings and income are never guaranteed, never guaranteed. It all depends on your work ethic, how hard you want to work, all those things. So the passive side of it absolutely is what it is. Straightforward. It is what it is. If you look at Cryp Trade Capital, they have the set investment amounts and earnings you will get based on the money that you put in. But the other side of it is also exciting, because when you find an opportunity like this, all right, you do want to share it, but you want to share it because you truly believe and you're passionate about it. And my man Cagdus, that is what he found going back 4.5 months ago. And from that point, he basically took the leap, and he took the leap hard, because as we said, Cagdus, I'm going to bring you out on this. You turned down, was it nearly $1 million bonus from another company, my man?
Yes, exactly. I turned back 1 million in bonus for that I can work for Cryp Trade Capital. Yes, and also I'm sorry that I'm a little bit tired today. I had a very, very hard work, because I'm really extremely focused right now on Cryp Trade Capital, and had a lot of calls with my team members, and I am right now this month totally focused to become a diamond, to get this 160,000 bonus, and I'm working every day for that.
So, sorry, just in case the guys missed that, you're pushing hard right now to get a $160,000 bonus.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
yes,
and how long have you been in Cryp Trade?
Since December, since end of December, I am in Cryp Trade Capital.
I never get bored of hearing these things, Cactus. I really don't.
Yes.
Right. So, buddy, tell us what made you make the decision to turn down that bonus of nearly $1 million from the other company to stay loyal to them and leave them completely and come and work with this business. Why did you do that?
Because first of all, if one company says to you, work only with one company, it's for me a scam. The company which network company is it? If they say you can only, it's allowed to you, it's only to promote us, then it's a total scam, And that's what I said. No, for my people, I can't risk to work only with one company. I need a portfolio, I need diversification, and I need freedom. I like freedom. Freedom is for me more worth than money it's ever can be,
Yeah,
And I said, okay, no, it's not ethical for me. And I said for myself, I will work for Cryp Trade Capital because I saw the vision, I saw the product, this is crypto trading. It's right now the hottest company out there. You see the worldwide top networkers are all in Cryp Trade Capital, Right now, the expansion is really, really heavy. I saw the stats. I saw how fast the company right now growing. It's amazing. I think there has never been a company like that. There are so many top marketers are in one place. That's happened never before. Awesome. And that's why what I say for myself, I'm all in this company. And normally, I am also not someone who is really focused because I'm also sometimes jumping around from one opportunity to other opportunity. That's had done everybody from us. But in this company, I saw the potential that I say, okay, for someone who normally work with two, three different companies at the same time, that I'm right now, since 4 months, totally focused on this project.
Now, Cactus, Cactus, on that note, what was it about Cryp Trade Capital, my man, that made you become so focused? Because you and I had worked in the past in a couple other organizations. You were a leader over in Austria, that area. Obviously, I was a leader here out of the United States. That didn't work out too well as far as the company. But the bottom line is you essentially went on and, as you said, looked at a couple of other opportunities, working them all at the same time. So what makes Cryp Trade different, my man, that all of a sudden you are completely focused? Because you're very good at networking. Again, having only started a couple of years ago, what makes Cryp Trade Capital the one that you're really kind of, putting full effort and focus behind, my man?
First of all, what I like on Cryp Trade Capital, it was from the start bottom way, always professional. The company was always really professional and always extremely transparent. The first day they invited the top leaders to Alicante, before it was an event, 3-4 leaders fly there, they meet the CEO, we had to speak with him, and the company was really transparent and also extremely professional in the way of the support, in the way of the payments. Everything is going very smooth. There were never big problems, and everything that we wanted, they give us. We wanted landing page. I know there's spelling, grammar mistakes on it, but this is for me not a big problem, because the thing is, the company, they are, they take our decisions that we wanted, they give us. And that's what I say, okay, I'm going all in this company because the company is working very well. They're really good structured, and they're really professional. And that's why I choose this company.
So Cactus, why don't we do this? One of the things that we talk about all the time, and why I loved working with you in the past, was you and I always were all about showing real live proof progress results. A lot of the big leaders out there, basically, we've talked about it. They put up fake posts. They put up fake proof.
Exactly. There are marketers out there. They're always, on Facebook. They are really good marketers. They know how to influence people and showing results. I'm someone, I never normally show my results. You never will see one screenshot of my dashboard on Facebook, because the people who know me, they know that I'm earning very well and they know my results. I'm I'm also one of these guys who are also on events. I speak with the people. I like the personal way, and I am not of one of this. There are so many fakers out there that they spelling blah blah blah, you know, but there is no results, you know. They're only sellers, but they are not makers, you know. And I will show you now my back office that I normally not do. It's also, I don't do this in the German, I do this only in for you English community, but on my German webinars, Hangouts, I also don't show my results, you know. This is only right now in this Zoom call, it's only for you, and I am someone normally never show my results public. But right now I will share my screen for you guys.
Yeah, and we're doing that because a lot of people, Cagdus, as you say, this is well known over there, but in a lot of other markets, Cryp Trade Capital is not well known. You know, in the U.S. markets and Poland and a couple others, and there are other markets probably on here that people aren't aware. So the reason that Cagdus has agreed to show you his back office, like he said, he doesn't have to, because people know that he actually has results to back up what he basically says. But Cagdus will show you in a little bit, he's very selective about who he works with. So one of the reasons we keep saying, make sure that you work directly with our team in our Crypto Fusion Formula group in Facebook, and Rich will give that out again at the end here, is because you're going to get access not only to us, but also to Cagdus, who has actual proof that he's one of the first to sign up with Cryp Trade, one of the big leaders, and not just blowing smoke up everybody's butt like some of the other people are doing nowadays. So yeah, Cagdus, go ahead, share, and we appreciate that. Before you do, as you know, as soon as you share, go ahead and do the results not typical, as you know, have to be shared.
First of all, my results are not typical, you know. There's a really hard work behind this and a really great network. I have a really good network and really quality leaders working with me. That's why my results are not typical but achievable. Yes. And I will show you now my total earned commissions that are 160,000 US dollar in commissions that I earned from my partners with the bonuses, everything included, in around 4 months.
Can you slide that? Can you see that, Rich? Slide that to the right. Do we need to slide it to the right?
No, we've got that loud and clear. Yeah,
awesome.
See that clear as
you see the numbers.
So you're an emerald, and you've generated 180 grand in commissions in 4 months, 5 months?
4 months. 4 months.
Yeah, that's just partner earnings. That's not the amount of earnings that he's earned from the investment itself. Those are two separate things, and Cagdus will talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I earned totally from my partners and my bonuses. You know, I will show later the career plan. Also, this week I earned in total 11,000. I always withdraw my partner earnings, my total partner earnings from 1 week on Sunday, that I can get my partner earnings on Monday, Tuesday, because from Monday it takes up to 72 hours that the withdrawal you receive, and I always withdraw on Sunday. And this is the withdrawal amount from this week. It's around more than 11,000 US dollar in commissions, you know.
So those of you that are looking, and the link there, don't think that you can go sign up directly with Cagdus. That's not how he works. He'll show you why he works the way he does. If you're watching this on replay, make sure, or live, make sure you get to the person that introduced you to the group, all right, or this replay, because Cagdus is very selective about who he works with. So don't think you can go and just sign up and just because his link's there. We're doing this, again, as he said, because he normally doesn't do it, but we wanted him to show people what's possible if you put your mind and work ethic to this. Go ahead, Cagdus. Good stuff so far, my man.
Yes. I will show also a little bit my back office. I have a really beautiful back office. I like this back office really, because you can all see everything, the stats and everything. And I will show you how my partners growth, you know. In January, when you look here, in January I start, okay, this is my commission earning, you know. In December I start with 10,000. My start was on 21 December 2016. You can see there, you know. You can see there. Then I started there. I get my first 10,000 sign up, you know. You see how the amount is growing a little bit. But the real team building started then in January. You see how 10,000 in sales, 21,000 in sales, 31, 60,000. And then from January to now, I made in total 3.5 million in team sales, guys.
Wow. I think that's leapfrogged a lot since we had you on here a few days ago.
Yeah, Rich, we talked about that. He said by next week. So basically a week ago, we had Cactus on to do a private one for our group. And at the time, he had not broken 3 million. Now he's in excess of 3.5 million. So this can become pretty powerful, right, Cactus?
Yes, and the duplication my team is right now really very strong. You know, the momentum. I say it always in network. There's sometimes this momentum where the people are going crazy and the team building really explosion. Right now, my team have an extremely big momentum. You know. That's the moment where it's that boom, it's making right now really boom in commissions and everything. Right now it's crushing all the time. You can see that on the stat. 4 days before, I made $500,000 in team sales in 5 days. 5 days, $500,000.
Boom! If I had my money hammer, I'd be hitting you with it right now, my man.
Oh, lordy,
Yes.
Beautiful.
And
Cheers,
you see also this is my turnover in my team. You know, I made 171,000 in personal team over that I sign up directly. You know, that's what I made. But you know, you see also the perfect duplication of the team. Around $500,000 here in second team, third team 600,000, and the team is growing really well. The stats, the turnovers, the sales are perfect. You know.
Brilliant.
Really good stats.
Brilliant. And that's one of the key things, guys. For you guys watching this who are intending to be or already are team builders, recruiters, people who are going to grow a large organization, the strength of your business will not come from exactly what you do. It will come from what they do and what they do and what they do. It's not about who you know. It's about who they know. And who they know, and who they know. You know, there is only so many hours in a day. And if you're going to put 10, 20, 30, even 40 hours a week into your business, then what? If you have 10 people actively doing the same as you, and you're putting 10 hours a week into your business, and they're putting 10 hours a week in, there's 100 hours a week going into your business. That was really bad maths, wasn't it, for a geek?
Yeah, that was Rich. Oh man.
Yeah, getting a bit excited.
Yeah, I know you're good. Yeah, the big is rubbing off from you. Hey, you know what you just brought up though, Rich? The key is Cactus does a great job training for his, like he said, his German market, all like that, all in German. So this is only his second English language webinar, and he's doing it because again he's helping us build out our team and our tribe, but he knows that we're providing along with him the same thing that he does for his team, which is plenty of training but also exact strategies in order to build out your team. And that's exactly what Rich touched on earlier.
I would like also say right now something. I'm here in this webinar, but I don't earn any commission of you guys. I'm only here because I like Rich and Bigg, because I want to build a relationship with them for the long run. You know, that's why I'm on this webinar. You know, that's why I work. Will also support you guys, because I like the way how you guys working. I respect that way, and I want to have a nice relationship, a great relationship also for the future.
See, that's a massive deal, guys.
It's also an honor for me that I'm here, you know?
Yeah, and that's a massive deal for the guy. If you're watching this on record or if you're on this live, I really want you to take on board what Cactus just said, because he's our liaison. He's got a relationship going back with Bigg for a while, so he's taken on that role as liaison. He's not a sponsor. He doesn't earn a dime from our team. So it's unbelievable what this guy's doing to help us and help you grow, because he's getting nothing out of it. So yeah, we appreciate you, mate. We really, really do. So thanks for showing us around in your back office. I know we said we were. I would like also
say some words about my team building strategy. You know, every kind of people. Some people show always. I saw this on Facebook again. Have every day a lot of clicks on their ref links. You know, but there is no sales. You can have 100, 200, 300, 500 sign-ups, you know, but when you don't have sales, it's bullshit. You know, you can buy as much clicks as you want, but when you don't make your sales, it's nothing, you know. And some people showing always their clicks, blah blah blah. But I would like also to say some important point here. You need to find the way that works for you. You know, I am someone I am really lazy to build a list, email list. I don't make a really marketing, any landing pages or stuff like that. Because why? Because it's not my passion, guys. It's not my passion to building email lists, to building sales funnels. I know it would bring me more sales, but I am the kind of type where I work direct with people. We're going to have a lunch with people, but that's my way. And I want to give us one tip, a big tip for you, networkers, marketers, everyone. Find the way that works for you. There's always people who saying, hey, this is the best way, this is the best way, this is the best way. Bullshit, guys. Please find the way that works for us. If you if you're a creative person and you like landing pages, stuff like that, then do your online marketing stuff. But there are also people out there, that are really strong in direct contacting, going to the street and speak with the people, and that's their passion, Then go out to the street and speak with the people. Find the way that works for us, because what I don't like is always this kind of people saying this all the time on Facebook, do this, and you will be successful. That's not the way network marketing that you can really successful. Definitely not. Find the way that works for us and that works make for you fun, I have really a lot of fun when I'm going out there speaking with a lot of business people, and they joining me with 100K, with 50K, with 10 grand, but it's in a direct contact way. And you see also in the team building, I have really less direct partners, 14 direct partners. That's not huge, but I have really good duplication here.
Brilliant. Cheers, Cactus.
Yes.
I appreciate that. I just want to say, you guys who are on the call, if you're loving Cactus's passion, if you're loving the enthusiasm that he's got for his team and for this business, just show him a bit of love in the comments. Just let him know that you appreciate him being on here, because I know I certainly do. So yeah, thanks for showing us what you've shown us. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, Cactus, we appreciate you being upfront and honest. See, a lot of people, think that certain leaders and all like yourself do things because they're being compensated. But as I was trying to say up front when I was introducing you, we go back a couple of years, and I remember you, my man, just starting out, and he talked about it in the last meeting, that he's like, Bigg's always so confident, et cetera, et cetera. And here I was, a student just starting out, but he did what he was passionate about, and that was just talking to people, taking them to lunch, and they could see the passion in his eyes. And look what's happening in that short time. And now he's in a position of leadership with the company. So when I approached him, I was the first one to say, listen, I know I'm not your direct sign-up, but I need to work with someone. I need a liaison with the company who's going to be straight up honest with me, because that's what our people expect from us. And so, Cactus, we certainly appreciate that, brother. You know how much Rich and I appreciate all that you do for us, my man.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Cheers. Lovely. So what I'm going to do, guys, is jump back into the last slide on the presentation, which is going to close this up, and then you can get off and do your thing, whether that thing be personally getting started, getting signed up, getting in touch with the person who's introduced you to this, and deciding how much you're going to be platforming your business with from the off, or whether that be going and hooking up with your people and letting them know that very shortly you're going to have a serious link that you need them to take a look at. I know Ken's eager to get stuck in with that straight away, so we'll have the link available for you guys to share within the hour. So I'm going to change the view. There we go, and we'll go into share screen. We'll move off of, what's that doing there? We'll get rid of that, and we'll go back to that. There we go. Can everybody see my screen?
We are good to go, brother.
Fabulous.
And once again, everyone, if you get a chance, pop into the chat there. Thank Cactus for his time. That is a man, as he said, who has literally in the last 5 days brought in $500,000. That's $100,000 a day in the last 5 days in his personal team turnover. That is huge. So once again, Cactus, we all appreciate your time, my man, because I don't think people understand how busy you actually are. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah. And also I will say thank you that I could be here, attend. I did a lot of webinars since I'm now in the network marketing, but I have the most fun when I joined you two guys webinars, really. I never had so much fun, because it's the way you do your job, you two guys, it's really awesome. I like that. I'm a really big fan of you two guys, and thank you that I could attend here, and I help you. And if you want something, write me on Facebook. I'm always here for you, Bigg or Rich. And have a good evening. I will leave you. I have some business to do.
Yep.
Thank you very much, guys.
We
Nice one.
appreciate you
Cheers,
spending
buddy.
the last hour with us. Thank you, Cagdis,
You have a
brother.
good one.
You're
We'll
welcome.
talk.
my
We'll
man.
talk on the other side. Thank you,
Okay.
brother.
Cheers.
Bye
Lloyd.
bye.
Bye. Awesome. What an amazing guy. I love that guy. You know.
Oh, they didn't see anything. He has been so busy. Normally, just like the last one, if you caught the last one, the guy comes with fire. I mean, Bigg's excited.
We couldn't,
that
we
dude,
couldn't
when
show
he
him
gets
up last
going,
time. Yeah,
right?
absolutely, unbelievable. When I said I love that guy, I almost said I love that kid because he's only 20 something. You know, it's crazy.
27, 3.6 million since January. Since January. And the thing about it is, you guys may not have noticed, he only has 40 people in his front line.
Oh, what's happening there?
40 people in his front line. All right, go ahead, Rich.
Who's writing on my screen? How's that happening?
Ooh, man, good stuff.
I like it. I've just got no idea who's doing it. So yeah, here we are, guys. So we've touched on this, and we are going to talk to you about the strategy inside the group. This is not a training gig. This is an intro gig. So we'll move on from there. Here's what you need to do. You need to get back in touch with whoever it is that put you into the position that you're currently in, sat in front of this presentation. You need to decide how much you want to get started with. Are you sweet spotting from the start? Are you coming in with 5K or are you going big? Are you, through necessity, having to start a little smaller than that? Whatever needs to work for you, we'll touch on the full strategies inside the group. You need to get registered with their link. If they've introduced you to this, they deserve the credit for doing so. So make sure you're using their link to get started, and then fund your account so that you can purchase your investment. You are going to need a Bitcoin wallet. If you've not got a Bitcoin wallet yet, then again, jump into the group. You can get to the group by going to www.bossxcf.com. bossxcf.com. That takes you straight to the Facebook group. Jump in there, and within the next 24 hours, there's going to be a list in the files of various Bitcoin wallets that you can use. And so you just need one to start off with, but we recommend that people have a few. That is pretty much it, guys. You have the information that you need to be able to make some very sexy decisions over the course of the next however long it takes you to get started. Life can be very different in a very short space of time if you really want it to be. Is there anything you want to add, big man? Any final thoughts before we hit stop on the recording and then go to the private Q&A session with anybody who wants to hang around?
I think like everything, just like Cagdis said, find what works for you. But here's the key. Do something. Take action. Nothing ever happens unless you take action. And as you know, Cagdis had those results because he took action, and he took action immediately, and he took action hard. Because once he looked at it, and this is what we're saying to those that have not signed up yet, make sure you get back to the person that shared the link on this, all right, live or in replay, and immediately dive into the back office, and I think you're going to be blown away. And the reason we had Cagdis share what he shared was to show you the possibilities. But there was a student only 4 years ago, a student. He's now 27. 4 years ago, he was a student. Now he's at the top of the game in network marketing when it comes to these types of companies. And he does it all because he basically is passionate about what he does. But as he said, once he saw this and the opportunity and the management and the way it was set up and the ease of use that most people can come in, all he had to do was figure out how does he start talking to the top people. So we're not saying you have to do that. You can come in passively, but if you're passionate about it, if you basically find out that this is something that you can understand, then why wouldn't you be passionate enough to tell other people about it as well? And that's all we're going to say. If you yourself are passionate because you believe in the way the passive investment works, then just take and tell that same story. Yes, use this, all right, this recording to do it for you as well, but nothing sells better than your personal story. All right, Rich, my man, that is it for this webinar. We want to thank all of everyone on there. What do we normally do before we hit the stop record button, Rich?
Yeah, let's pull up. There we go. There we go. So we pull up everybody's multi-screen view. So if everybody just wants to unmute for a second and just say good night to the crowd who are watching on record and each other. If you are getting off, if you're not getting off, you're welcome to stay and just hit us up with whatever questions.
Yep, stick around for questions. We're going to hit the stop record button right now. Everyone on mute and tell everybody you should have been there. Bye. All right, everybody. Go ahead.
Great, you missed
Say
it.
it.
Should have been there, dude. It was happening.
You missed it. Right, exactly. All right.